Hello, welcome back to my channel, lady team. My name is Nathalie and we are going to continue with Professor Layton and the Pandora's box or the Diabolical box. And to no one's surprise, I am an idiot because there's one more workout that Hamtaro needs to do. Layton and Luke return to the hotel to ask Chelmy. Yeah, we know this from the last episode. He lost it all, but we have a lot of pieces already. But as I was saying, you can get even more fit because there's also a 64 road apparently. I'm just not entirely sure if we already have everything that we need for the 64 road. Let me look it up very quickly. Do we have everything for it? I don't think we do. Okay, we don't have all the stuff yet. But there is one, but we don't have to do it to get him fitter, because he is as fit as he's ever going to be. Okay, so we are just going to continue with our photo search. Professor, there's a piece of the photograph. Excellent, I'll put it with the rest. Thank you. And now you need to get first. Or have we already done that? I can't really remember if we've already... Don't think we have. Oh, no, we haven't. Good. Is somebody there? Can anybody help me? Are you alright there, madam? Your legs are shaking. My circulation isn't very good, so I get chills really easily. When it gets bad like this, my legs wobble so much that I feel like I'm standing on ice. That sounds terrible. Indeed it does. Might we offer you a little tea to help you overcome that chill? Oh, you might hear some chewing on the background. That's my puppy chewing on his bone. He likes to chew next to me. Tasty. Lila beams, a rosy glow returning to her cheeks and her chills disappearing. Tee, thanks a million, you two. Now I'm toasty to the tips of my toes. Glad to see it helped. Are you now fully recovered? No, not exactly. I suppose the tea wasn't as effective as I had originally thought. Oh no, the chills are all gone, but now I've got a cramp from all that shivering. Ow, ow, ow! Hey, something's moving behind your shoulder over there. I don't see anything back there. Oops, it was probably just a trick of the light. Teehee. That seems to happen to a lot of people in Folsense. Anywho, never you mind all that, and thanks so much for helping me out. I mean it. Well, you're welcome, miss. Another photo scrap. Oh, I think this is part of her torn photograph. Well done, Luke. I'll hold on to it. Thank you. And let's just continue walking. Oh, not over here, apparently. Isn't that... I don't know. Oh, it looks like the inspector has found a new victim to grill. So, the only way into Folsense is through a narrow mountain pass on the Voluntary Express. In other words, no one gets in or out of town without getting on that train, correct? Oh, I see someone's been up late doing their homework. I think you've got your facts straight, love. Age takes its toll on the memory. You know, you could never tell by looking, but I'm no spring chicken. That's quite enough, madam. If you're sure about the route into town, then we're finished here. Barton, let's go. I mean, yes, sir. Oh, blow me down. He's dashed off. Some boys can't sit still for 5 minutes. Hee. I hope I didn't embarrass the poor lamb. I only wanted him to come in and see his show. Of course you did. Look, Professor, I think we've stumbled across another piece of a photograph. Indeed we have. I'll hold on to that for now. Thank you so much. Do we go... Oh, hi. Hey guys, what you doing here? Hello, young man. We're looking for pieces of a torn photograph. Have you seen any pieces around? Yeah, the wind blew this thing by me. Is this what you two are looking for? The law of the playground is finders keepers, but you can have it if you solve this puzzle. That's so kind of you. And I wonder where Don Paolo is, because we haven't seen him in a while. Here's a classic puzzle. The rules are simple. You can move any ball on the board below as long as it satisfies the following conditions. To move, jump your selected ball over an adjacent space occupied by another ball into an empty space on the other side. You can't jump diagonally. Once you've made the jump, the ball you jumped over disappears from the board. To complete the puzzle, you must remove all the balls from the board except for one. Okay, enough rules. Try it for yourself. Yes. Is that smart? Is the question. We can just retry a couple of times, right? Okay, but no. Okay, so that doesn't work. There we go. And now we have just the one left.
To test my theory.
It worked! Would you believe it? Well done. This is one configuration of a puzzle known as Pack Solitaire. As the name suggests, the traditional version of this game is played with packs that you insert into holes in the game board. I owned a game like that once. It was fun. Oh, I get it now. Thanks for your help. Here's the photo scrap, just like I promised. There used to be lots more people in Folsense way back when, but then everyone just up and left. But you stayed? Together with your family, I presume? Hey, whatever you do, don't play in the forest on the edge of town. Oh, and why is that? It's what I heard from the people who went treasure hunting in the dusty castle outside town. They also said that a vampire with big fangs lives up there. Yikes! Are you talking about the vampire they say lives up in Hudson Castle? Well, gosh, if you knew what I was talking about, why'd you make me explain it? Anyway, even though the whole fang thing sounds creepy, that old vampire is nothing to be scared of. As long as you have a cross or some garlic, you'll be right as rain. Actually, I bet you a slice of garlic bread would be enough to do the trick. Garlic bread? Listen, I meant to ask you too. Do you know what this is? The wind blew it over here earlier. Oh, that's one of the photograph scraps we're looking for. Well then, you should have it. I was going to throw it away. Thank you. Only 2 pieces left. We're doing really well this episode. Oh, sorry, we needed to go in here. You want a cup of tea? Now, this is a sticky wicket. Can I help you with something? I have all these new items to appraise, but I'm so fatigued that I can't seem to make any headway. You do seem to have a rather daunting task on your hands. I think you'd be more productive if you took a short break. Can I interest you in a cup of tea? That would be heavenly. I'd really appreciate it if you could make something relaxing but spicy. We probably have that. Just some spicy. Yes, we do have that. Now that's a good tea. A smile spreads across Dawson's face. He seems restored and in high spirits. The herbs in this tea are outstanding. Whether it be herbs or antiques, items of great quality never fail to inspire the human heart. One prime example of this is a rare and ancient text I have in my personal collection. The puzzle hidden within its pages has fueled the imaginations of men for generations. Still not convinced? Here, have a look. You know what they say. Seeing is believing, eh? Oh, we got a puzzle out of the tea. An ancient map depicts the possible spots of a vast fortune along with these directions. Inscribe the numbers 1 to 6 in the map's blank spaces so that each set of numbers in a straight line has the same sum. This sum must be the largest one possible given the condition described above. Then grab your shovel and race to the spot marked 1, for it is there that your treasure resides. The number 4 has been filled in for you. Circle the spot where the treasure is hidden. Okay, so what if, let's say this is 6, because it's the largest number, so it should be out of all of the equations except for 1, which would make sense. And then I would put 5 over here so that it doesn't get too high. Now you possibly want 3 maybe over here. Okay, because then the highest this one is going to get is 9. And you're already at 8, so you should have a 1 over here. You're already at 7, so you need 2 over there. Okay, I think that fits. So, and then we need... Then grab your shovel and race to the spot marked 1, for it is there that your treasure resides. It's over there. If my math is correct. It is not.
Well,
Maybe it's not the highest number.
You can't win them all.
I suppose not, Layton. We were bound to get one incorrect at some point. We got less picarets. Okay, maybe so we can get higher. What if we... Okay, because I still think that 6 should be out of the way. And we could put 5 over here, but then you're going to have the same problem. So if we put 5 over there, then you're already at 9. So if we put 1 over here, you can come up to 10. Maybe I did that wrong. And to make this up to, you need 3. Okay, this way, yeah, you can get higher. Okay, I was being stupid. Well, okay, not 10 was the highest, and probably, yes, there we go.
And there we have it.
You did it! The treasure is buried in roughly the center of the map. The sum you needed to work with was 10. You could organize the numbers so that each line added up to a total of 9, but that's not... Yeah, I figured. Thank you, game. Well done. You have a wisdom that gives me newfound hope for society. Thank you. In a town as steeped in greed as Folsense, meeting someone like you is a true breath of fresh air. Thank you. And there was another photo scrap over here. Look, is that another of the missing fragments of a photograph I see? It is. One more to go. Hello. Hiya folks, what are you two doing out here? Looking for something maybe? Indeed we are. We're looking for scraps of a torn photograph. Have you seen anything of the sort? So, rubbish then, yeah. Anyway, I'm pretty sure I saw one over by the gate to the forest. But anyway, I just have to tell you how amazed I am at the number of out-of-towners I've met today. I just met a girl who wanted directions to Hudson Castle, and now I bump into you two. A girl, you say? She looked like a classy lass. Probably in her late teens? She's not with you two then? He must be talking about Katja, Professor. She would certainly fit the description. Do you think she's after Duke Hudson's fortune? I didn't get that impression from our brief meeting, but something is odd, that's for certain. With enough talk, we've got a lead on the location of the final photo scrap. We must make our way to the forest gate before the wind blows our clue away. I agree. Thank you. A chance sighting. One fellow in town claims to have seen something resembling the last of our missing photo scraps at the gate at the west edge of town. It may be gone already, but before checking anywhere else, I feel it would be prudent to visit the location he mentioned. I agree with you. Oh, you want a cup of tea? We can do that. I love citronia fruit, and I put it in everything. Smoothies, pancakes, cakes, even spaghetti. But I think I've pretty much run out of ways to eat it, and that gets me down. Have you ever tried their seeds in a tea before? Oh, that's a good idea, but I heard that too much tea makes it hard to sleep. Haha, don't you worry. I'll put a little something in it so you won't have any trouble sleeping. Thanks, mister. Since I don't have to worry about going to sleep, I'm gonna drink a bucketful. This one. Niles has found a new way to enjoy citronia fruit. Wow, that tea was great. I wasn't really as stressed as before, but now I'm super chilled out. Good. I was hoping you'd like it. It was nice of you to share your tea, so let me tell you a secret in return. Most people will tell you to stay away from the forest because it's scary, but I know a trick. As long as you tell yourself that nothing scary gonna happen in the forest, it won't. People only see spooky stuff in the forest because they're scared. It's weird, but it's true. That's the case, yeah. And another puzzle from Niles. No one in this town ever wants to hang out with me, so I'm always all by myself. What do you say? I know a pretty good game called Solve the Puzzle. Wanna play? Hey, Miso. You want attention, love? A number of identical cans are hanging from a tree. While all the cans here may look empty, one is actually filled with water. See if you can find it. When deducing your answer, ignore the weight of each string and stick. Oh yeah, I was going to ignore that. Or look into that. Ignore the weight of each string and stick. Okay, so there has to be something more obvious then. Well, they're all pointing at E or F. Oh, but they do want me to focus on the weight of the cans. I think it's you. Hopefully. Yay!
Huh. Wonderful.
Okay. Nicely done. The answer is A. The biggest stick connects to the branch at a point left on the center of the stick. Yeah. Okay, well, it's amazing. Okay, Miso, come. We can't do this. Ah, I knew that puzzle was gonna be too easy for you. But I'm just a kid, so what did you expect? I don't know any harder ones, but some of the grown-ups in town might. Okay. Miso, I really love you. It's my cat, by the way, but I can't cuddle you and play the game at the same time. Hey, baby. Meanwhile, elsewhere. So, would you say he comes to town fairly often? Oh, yes. I mean, think about it. He takes the Voluntary Express for free whenever he wants. I suppose that's one of the perks of owning your own railway, eh? Oh, and whenever I see him around, he's always with some hippie in a conductor's outfit. 9 times out of 10 I've seen him. He's having a go at the conductor about one thing or another. He seems to be searching for something, though I don't know what. But whatever it is, it must be pretty special if a rich guy like him can't buy it. Oh, Miso. I still don't see the fuss over this Elysian box. As far as I'm concerned, it's just a box. Inspector? Pardon me, sir, but I've just received word from headquarters. His alibi checks out. Is that so? Then that's that, isn't it? Ha! Ha 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 ha! Barton, we've got our man. Gather all the suspects at the hotel and we'll put this case to bed. Huh? But sir, if we know who the murderer is, shouldn't we make the arrest and be done with it? What? Barton, sometimes I think you might be the thickest Bobby I've ever met. There's no greater thrill in the life of a detective than accusing the guilty party in front of a crowd. It's the scene, man. Barton, don't you get it? This is the moment this whole case has been building towards. Now gather everyone up, on the double. Yes, sir. Well, you apparently want a cup of tea first. I did see the photograph, but we first want this lady firsty. This is just a little bit annoying that you just have to go back and forth and hope that at some point she ends up thirsty. Come on, woman. And I feel like we've already made her thirsty, that we've already given her a cup, but... haven't we done that already in the last episode? I feel like we might have, because she is taking a really long time to get there. Didn't I? I think I have. I will have to check that. Oh, no, we haven't. Now, how did that recipe go again? Having trouble, my dear? A bit. I'm trying to remember all the things Mum said would help cure a cold, but I've forgotten. Let's see. I need a clover and some kind of leaf and... there's one more. It sounds like your mother was talking about ingredients for a blended tea. I think with what you've told us, we might be able to make a cup of tea for you to try, if you'd like. Really? That would be great. Good, let's see. We'll need the 2 things you mentioned, plus something that works on colds. We need number 4. Actually. Yummy! Marina smiles widely. She seems restored and cheerful. Thanks, this tea is great. It makes my tummy feel all warm inside. I'm going to try making this for my dad. Sometimes when I look at him, he seems so old and tired. Maybe the garlic fumes from his shop are playing funny tricks on my eyes. I can imagine. Talk about a spooky place. Do you think the path beyond that gate leads to the castle, Professor? From what I can tell, yes. Gosh, anyone who would live out in the middle of a spooky forest like that must be a little batty. No wonder people think whoever's out there is a vampire. Haha, show a little courage, my boy. Oh, what's this here? Something stuck on this fence. It's the last piece of the photograph. Now that we've recovered them all, let's see if we can't piece the photograph back together. Let's see if you can't do it. Let's see if you can do it. Holy moly. Okay. Let's just start. Okay, you're not clicking into place, so assuming that means that it didn't fit there. And then you go over here, I assume. Okay, and it was a little goatee boy. No, I want to twist. Twist. And then you go like this. Okay. I don't think you go there. Good. This went relatively quickly. Submit. And now we just have to hope that it works. But everything clicks into place, so I assumed it was. You did it! But what on earth is this a picture of? Well, there's one big mystery in this game. There, that's all of it. Gosh, Professor. Look, were I to venture a guess, I'd say that what we see before us is the Elysian book itself. Oh look, the design on the top of the box looks the same as the one in front of the fountain. Yes, I noticed the resemblance myself. What an unusual emblem. The imagery seems to resemble some sort of monster, doesn't it? It's just a goat. Well, that seems appropriate, doesn't it? I mean, the box did kill poor Dr. Schrader after all. Well, perhaps it did, and perhaps it didn't. We won't know until we have the actual item in our hands. For now, our best course of action might be to show this photo to the townsfolk and see what they say. Sounds good to me. Who knows? Maybe the photo will help jog someone's memory or... Ah! What are we going to do now? The wind blew away one of the photo pieces. This is quite an unfortunate turn of events. With that piece missing, the emblem looks completely different. Less evil and more like a frog. Well, if we lose any more pieces, it won't look like anything at all. Let's place the remaining pieces down so we won't lose another... So we don't lose any more to the wind. Oh, wait. It's solved. This one. When reconstructed, the photograph depicts the Elysian box. On the lid of the box is an ominous-looking goat, which seems appropriate given the box's sinister reputation. A large ominous symbol in the shape of a goat's head decorates the top of the Elysian box. This symbol can be spotted in the town of Folsense. What connection exists between the box and the town? We decide to continue. The contents of the photo. Thank you. Reassembling the pieces of the photo revealed an image of the Elysian box. Sitting on its jewel-encrusted lid was that familiar goat emblem. Shortly after, an unfortunate gust blew away a piece of the photograph. But now that I've confirmed the image, I've no further need of the entire photo. Now I only need to discover the connection between the box and this town. Seems like a good idea to me. Professor Layton, sir. Pardon, my good man. Whatever is the matter? The inspector has found the person responsible for Dr. Schrader's murder. I have strict orders to round everyone up at the hotel as quickly as possible, sir. Understood. We shall head there without delay. Come, Luke, let's hurry. What do you want to bet that he's going to blame me? Yes, we would like to save our progress. Chapter 6, The Road to Hudson Castle. There's only one more chapter after this. Okay, I'm going to assume all the way down immediately to the hotel. Because apparently we don't need to show the photograph to anyone. Ah, Mr. Layton. So glad you could finally join us. With you here, we now have every suspect in the murder of Dr. Schrader gathered in this room. Okay. Flora? A few days ago, renowned archaeologist Dr. Andrew Schrader was found dead in his London home. His murderer is still at large, but look around you. You could very well be sitting next to the culprit. A suspect? Me? Utter nonsense. What reason could I possibly have to kill a man I don't even know? A bit slow on the uptake, eh? Mr. Beluga, every person in this room is after the Elysian box. That box ties each of you to our dead man, so there's no doubt that one of you here did the deed. I'm sure putting this case together has been a triumph of police work, Inspector. So tell me, what facts have you unearthed in these last few days? Hehe, now watch closely, Mr. Layton. This is how we unravel mysteries at the yard. Because it's dirty. You have my full attention, Inspector. Please, hypothesis away. I first learned of Folsense through evidence obtained in the late doctor's apartment. According to his notes, Schrader spent quite some time here in town researching the Elysian box. When I learned that he died shortly after returning home to London, everything became crystal clear. I believe our criminal first spotted the doctor when he was inquiring about the Elysian box here in town. Spying a chance to obtain the coveted box, the fiend followed the doctor to London and murdered him. Oh, now that's a deduction worthy of London's finest. So, out with it then. Who's our man? Hold your horses, I'm getting there. To summarize, the culprit must have been to Folsense before. What's more, this person must have also had the ability to travel freely between here and London. He's going to charge Beluga. Now, as well as we all know, only those affiliated with the Voluntary Express have that ability. And now all eyes turn to Mr. Beluga, eh? Well, turn them back. Mr. Beluga stated he was in London conducting business that day, and his alibi checked out. What? But if it's not Mr. Beluga... Sammy? That's right, a murderer stands before us, and his name is... Sammy Thunder. What? You gotta be kidding, man. I know Mr. Beluga ordered you to turn over every stone in this town to find the Elysian box. He worked you like a dog and you resented that treatment. So you decided you'd beat him to the punch and make off with the precious box. This is an outrage. Samuel, what do you have to say for yourself? I'm being framed. You're out of your guard, man. Now I see why the box eluded me for so long. You've been holding out on me, Samuel. No, I haven't. I swear on my favorite leather trousers. He's really serious then. Come on, Uncle, you know me. I'm a wild card, but I'd never do anything as crazy as that. You'll have plenty of time to make your excuses later. From your cell, that is. Now, come along. So the conductor did it. I didn't think he had it in him, but at least we can all rest easy now. Professor, do you really think Sam could have committed such an awful crime? Well, all we have to go on is this single torn photograph recovered from the doctor's apartment. Oh, so that's the Elysian box. Well, very fancy. I like the cute goat design on... Flora? Flora. No. Oh my. Flora. Flora indeed. Huh? Thank you, Flora. I knew something didn't feel quite right, but thanks to you, it's all come into focus. Really? Do tell, Professor.
Oh, come on, officer, man. My only crime is rocking, and rocking ain't a crime. Yow! Let me go.
Let me go.
You come along quietly if you know what's good for you. Just a moment, Inspector Shelby.
Tell him, Layton.
We've all committed a large and rather unfortunate oversight.
Yes, Herschel, tell him.
Can't you see I'm in the middle of something right now, Layton?
Where are you going with this, Professor?
No one here has ever seen the Elysian box that we've been looking for. The one and only piece of visual evidence we possess is this torn photograph. And get to the point. The point is this, Inspector. The only person who could know what the Elysian box looks like is the suspect you're after. And it is this person who must have stolen the box in the first place. Yes, and I've got the slippery fellow right here.
Ow! Take it easy, officer.
Pipe down, you hooligan.
And watch the hair, will ya? Wow!
Sorry to disappoint, but he's not the culprit.
I love him.
What?
Score.
Stop barking in circles and get to the point, Layton. Who should be wearing the handcuffs? Isn't it obvious?
It is.
If the criminal does indeed reside in our midst, he or she would be the only one of us to see the Elysian box in person, which means the culprit.
Is you.
Must be you there.
What? Flora?
Be careful with your tea.
Inspector, look here. That's the photo I dropped. Indeed.
No, the pieces.
This, for those who don't know, is a piece of evidence recovered by the inspector. It's a photo of the Elysian box, and I have every confidence that this shot depicts the real thing. So, this little knick-knack here is what started the whole mess? To be honest, it's a bit outlandish for my taste. What with the bizarre frog head on it.
Aha!
I see you've put the pieces together too, Luke.
Well, except for the one.
Inspector, the emblem decorating the top of this box depicts not a frog, but a goat. A goat? Not by my eyes, it doesn't. That's just it. This photograph is missing the piece containing the goat's eyes. In its current form, the image looks like a frog to most people, as was the case with you, Inspector. Flora, dear, I believe you said the design looked like a cute goat, did you not?
Oh, the eyes. Look at the eye bags.
Well, that clears things up nicely. If you say you saw a goat, that must mean you've seen the real Elysian box before.
You?
Who are you really?
demon-like.
You're very proud of yourself for seeing through my disguise again.
It's so uncanny. Oh no, it's Don Paolo! Who could have seen that coming? Curse you, Layton! Curse you and that foppish head of yours! Don Paolo! I beat you to the box, and given a little more time I would have beaten you to cracking its secret. And of course the Hudson fortune would have been mine, but that ship has sailed now. So you're the one who had the Elysian box all along. Another brilliant deduction from Layton's apprentice. Clearly he's learned from the best. But yes, you're right, little man. I stole it off that old fool while he was snoozing on the floor. The geezer probably caught a cold sleeping on the ground like that. Not that I care on the iota. Snoozing? But Dr. Schrader wouldn't sleep on the floor. Hey, wait a second. If you've been posing as Flora, then where's the real Flora? Oh, she's probably making very small crop circles in that old drupstone barn I left her in. Or maybe she's just sitting there fuming because you bumblers didn't even notice we switched places. But I must thank you two dolls for your help. You've given me more than enough information. The jig may be up, but the dance is far from over. I'm so close to unlocking the secret of the Elysian box. Now I need merely take this box to the... Hold it right there, you scoundrel. Gah! I've got a lot of questions, and you will answer them once I've escorted you back to London. How easy do you think that's going to go, tell me? Where do you think you're going? Ha, got you, you slippery devil. You meddlesome oaf. You have no idea just how slippery I can be. Ah! Don't just stand there. The worm's getting away. I wanted to see this emotion so bad. Nyeh, fool! Did you really think a soft-bodied flatfoot like yourself could catch me? So long, Nathan. Nyeh. Think you could give me the slip, eh? I'll get you yet. Oh, wait for me, Inspector. Whoa, look at the pair of them shake a leg. I didn't think they had it in them. I must say, I never once suspected Don Paolo has been posing as Flora. And for so long. I just hope the real Flora is okay. We absolutely can't forget to pick her up on the way back to London. Yeah, don't do that. Of course we won't. But I'm sure Flora is having a grand old time playing with the cows. If someone has found her in that barn. Another thing I can't get out of my head is what Don Paolo said about Dr. Schrader. The way he was talking, it didn't sound like he killed Dr. Schrader. But if he didn't, who did? I think you're spot on there, Luke. Something else is responsible for the doctor's death. Right now, I'd say the Elysian box is the key to learning what that something is. Then it looks we've reached a dead end. If only Don Paolo hadn't drawn off with the... Professor, look! That idiot dropped it. Oh, I see. Oh, well, look at that. Don Paolo must have dropped it when he was running away from Inspector Chelmy. So this is it. The Elysian box. At last, a box. Inside sleeps the key to unlocking my family's fortune. I beg your pardon, sir? Mr. Layton, I'm going to ask you to hand over that box now. As the son of the late Duke Hudson, I am the rightful owner of that box. This box belongs to the Hersons? You hard of hearing, boy? Inside this box is the key to cracking the secret of the Hudson fortune. Seeing as how I share the bloodline, that box should pass into my hands and no one else's. Oh my, that does change things. I suppose we'll have to... Mr. Beluga, listen to yourself. You're no more entitled to that box than I am, or any other person in this room for that matter. You listen here, Porter. This is none of your business, so I suggest you keep your giggles shut. No, I'm sorry, but I won't stand by and watch you claim that box as your own. If anyone has a rightful claim to that box, it is the current Duke of Folsense himself. Besides, I've heard about you. You turned your back on this town and left of your own free will. In my book, your claim to the fortune was lost the day you walked out of Folsense. Oh, is that so? You've got some nerve, you know that? If what Grant says it's true, I'm afraid I can't hand this box over to you in good conscience, sir. Hey, Uncle, what do you say we give up on chasing this box? I'm sick of sneaking around all the time. Don't you dare tell me how to run my affairs, Samuel. I think you've forgotten who got you your job. I never even wanted to be a conductor in the first place. Plus, playing errand boy is getting old, man. It's more than a guy like me can take. Sammy Fonda wasn't born to work a 9-to-5 gig. Sammy Fonda was born to rock out! Hey world, I'm climbing back on the rock train and riding it to the top. Yeehaw! Samuel, what are you babbling on about? Come back here at once. I'm sorry, Mr. Beluga, but I think I'll have to hold on to this box for the moment. Fine, do what you want. I hope that awful box curses all of you twice over. What a delightful man. The villain who made off with the Elysian box was none other than Don Paolo, brilliant scientist and Professor Layton's self-proclaimed nemesis. To find riches associated with the antique, he disguised himself as Flora and tailed Layton and Luke. Beluga was searching for the Elysian box, which he believed contained clues regarding the vast Hudson family fortune. As a member of the Hudson family, he felt entitled to any family riches, though some people in Folsense strongly objected to his claims. It was one person, but... So it seems Don Paolo wasn't responsible for the doctor's daffodil. Maybe it really was the Elysian box that killed him. Yes, it sounds like he was already on the floor by the time Don Paolo arrived on the scene. Perhaps you're right, Luke. The box could very well contain a lethal element that killed the doctor. But without opening the box ourselves, how can we be sure? Surely you don't mean... I do, Luke. We must open the box. It's the only way. Please, just hold on a moment. Katja? Is there any way I can convince you to let me have that box? It is of vital importance. Before I do that, I would need to know more first. Why is this box so important to you? I'm sorry, it's not for me to say. Well, then you're not getting it. But I must deliver that box to somebody important. I must. Who is this person? I can't tell you anymore, but once I'm done, I'm certain this awful curse will go away forever. The curse will end and everything will be over and done with, and he'll... There's so much going on outside today. My dear, what is it that you're getting at? Help! Somebody! Anybody! Come quickly! Somebody else just got taken away to Hudson Castle. The vampire's going to suck his blood and then he'll steal his soul. Why did it have to be him? Why? That guy had a heart of gold. What? No, that's impossible. Wait, Katja, where are you running off to? She certainly left in a hurry. Maybe all that vampire talk scared her off. Do you know what she was talking about, Professor? I could barely follow what she was saying. I'm as confounded as you are, Luke. But after our discussion, I am doubly sure now that this box contains a greater secret. The path to understanding everything lies right before us. While potentially perilous, opening the box seems to be the only course of action left to us. Understood, Professor? Good. Then let's take this to our room so we can open the box away from prying eyes. I mean, I'm here for that. But also, we probably have some diary entries, yes. Having finally seen the photograph in its entirety, Luke and I were just about to return to our investigation when Constable Barton found us. Apparently the person behind Dr. Schrader's death has been found and our presence is required at the hotel. I'm anxious to return to my investigation, but I suppose it's not wise to divide the authorities in a situation like this. It came as a great shock to me that Don Paolo has been posing as Flora for some time. Not being able to sniff out an imposter among those close to me is quite an embarrassment. It seems that poor Flora, the real Flora that is, has been left in a barn somewhere in Dropstone. I must solve this case quickly and return to Dropstone to pick her up. In his panic to escape Inspector Chelmy, Don Paolo left the Elysian box behind. I must confess I never imagined that I'd come across the box in this way, but one must never look a gift horse in the mouth. Now all I need to do is solve the box's mystery. From what I understand, Mr. Beluga came to town in search of the Elysian box, believing it would lead him to the vast Hudson fortune. Katja seems to have come to town in search of the box as well, I'm still baffled as to why so many people are after this box. I fear that in order to answer this question, I will simply have to open the box and see for myself. I think that that's the only way to it.
Finally, the Elysian box.
Indeed, Luke.
Just die a little bit.
I can't look.
I look the other way. It's empty.
The box is empty, and we're still alive.
Then it would seem my theory was correct.
What do you mean, Professor?
We must head back into town and do a bit more asking around. I need to confirm my suspicions. Okay, we'll finish that this episode. I know we're already a long way in. Good evening, sirs. Please forgive my earlier outburst. That wasn't very professional of me. Not at all. Your testimony was incredibly helpful. Listening to you talk, I got the impression that you are well versed in Hudson family history. Well, I suppose you could say that. When he was still alive, Duke Hudson often favoured our fine hotel with his patronage. I have very warm memories of his kindness towards me, even when I was just a lowly bellboy. Back when the Duke was still with us, the whole town buzzed with energy and activity. But once the mining stopped and the Duke passed away, Folsense turned into a gloomy ghost town. But the Duke was alive about 60 years ago. And if you were just you don't look that old. Who was the Duke's successor? Did he have any other children? As I recall, Mr. Beluga's brother inherited the Duke's title. That's really all I know about the situation, though I've heard our current Duke is quite young. Add the vampire rumors, which I'm sure you've heard, and you know everything I do. Little mini game. After waking up the courage, Luke and I opened the box, but nothing happened. This confirms the suspicion I've had for some time now. I feel this little test has brought me one step closer to understanding everything. However, in order to comprehend the entire matter, I'll need to gather a bit more information. Do you know more than I do, Layton? Here we go. That seems to be the... Oh, you are different.
Consider this puzzle solved.
I do consider it solved.
A true gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved.
Well, the puzzle isn't fully solved yet, so don't get ahead of yourself. There's one glass missing from there.
Consider this puzzle solved. Ha! Wonderful.
Great. The reflection in the mirror seems to be the same. That's the same. The chair is this, or the sofa is the same, from what I can tell. Where would I hide a secret if I was the game? Oh, this one isn't on. There we go.
This puzzle solved. Ha! Wonderful.
Well, the light is on there. There was the puzzle. Haha, this puzzle tried to hide from me, but I found it. 3 houses face a single common field. The heads of these 3 houses, A, B and C, decide to work together to seed the field. Unfortunately, C injures himself just before work starts, so A and B do all the work together. To seed the entire field, A works 5 days and B works 4. Feeling guilty, C decides to pay A and B for doing his part of the job. To thank them, C pays them a total of 9 coins, divided up according to how much work each person did. Can you work out how many coins A and B each received? There has to be a catch somewhere, right? Because it sounds like C did the most work. Let's just assume that he did. Then you would do it like this, but there's probably going to be a catch or something. Oh, there wasn't. Okay.
We have it.
Smart, you received 6 coins and B got 3. You might have been tempted to answer 5 and 4 coins respectively, but as shown above that isn't quite correct. A and B both had to work 3 days to finish their own shares of the work. Since C wanted to pay A and B for the work they did for him, yeah, okay. That's what we figured. That was more work than I thought it would be. Phew! Well, it was less actually. Oh, hey Sammy. Safeness. If it isn't my main dudes, you're the only reason I didn't catch that bogus charge. To say thanks, I pulled some strings with the museum curator and got him to open the place up for you. It's not much, but maybe you'll find some righteous info there to help your case. Make sure you check it out. Thanks, Sam. It got pretty hairy back there for a little bit, didn't it? I still haven't got over discovering that Mr. Beluga is actually part of the Hudson family. Yeah, my uncle never really told me much about it all. I just know he had some kind of big bust-up with his dad, the Duke, and decided to leave for good. He did talk a lot about a brother he left behind, though. He had a real soft spot for the guy. But now it looks like that gnarly vampire is running around the castle. I hate to say it, but I doubt anyone survived the wicked scary monster moving in. Oh, thank you. That this time it will actually be open for a change. All around town, people are falling ill with a disease that has no name. Some of the common folk have been saying that our town has fallen under a curse. As the only son remaining to watch over Folsense, I can't even think of leaving. The thought would be more disturbing were it not for her. As long as she's by my side, I have the strength to stay and protect this town. Maybe he's the one that stayed. Thanks to a little help from Sammy, we are finally able to enter the Hudson Museum. I'm almost certain that the Elysian box is connected to the Hudson family, but in order to solidify my theory, I'll need to see what else I can find out from viewing the Hudson Museum's collection. We are going back into town. Puzzle! Look at you two, running around and around like a dog chasing its own tail. Actually, watching you reminded me of a fabulous puzzle I know about a dog. Listen up. I'm listening. A young girl takes the dog out for a walk with her dad. The girl starts walking with the dog on a leash 10 seconds before the dad starts. The second the dad steps out, the girl takes the dog off the leash and the dog runs over to the dad. Yet upon reaching him, the dog turns around and heads for the girl. The dog keeps doing this until the dad catches up with the girl. If the dog moves at 5 meters per second... Yeah, I'm not going to be able to finish that. I'm not good at math, but it's 50, so we continue.
Wonderful.
Perfect. I'm so happy that the game figured it out. Oh, nice work, you two. You may run around like dogs, but you've got it going on upstairs too, haven't you? If you both love running around so much, I won't stop you. Besides, it's fun to watch. Oh, maybe that's actually the last piece of tea that we need. Yes, it was! Now we can make all the teas and then fix everyone up with a nice cuppa. Because we had 2 people left at the very least who we weren't able to give a cup of tea. What an interesting blend of fruitiness and subtle smokiness. I've heard you can use the tea leaves from this blend to project your love life. I'm impressed, Luke. It hurts me that you take such interest in the blending of tea. But of course, Professor, I couldn't rightly call myself your apprentice if I didn't. Okay, next one. Okay, so change of plans. Instead of finishing this chapter in this episode, we are just going to finish the tea that we can Impressive. One sip and I feel rejuvenated. It's smoky, yet it has a wonderful sweetness to it. This is a whole new flavor for me, Professor. I've never tried anything quite like it. It's interesting, and I'm sure it's good for you when you worked up a first, but it's not quite my thing. Really? Well, I for one think it's rather tasty. Oh, we've already done... We only need to do 9 more. I didn't even realize that we had given this many people tea already. My tea was no good. Professor, there's smoke coming out of this tea. We may have originally invented a drink that should have never been. What did I do wrong then? Oh, I see. Well done. Yeah. Okay, sorry. I will do it again. It's you with you and you. Didn't kill them this time. What's this flavor? It's a bit odd. It certainly has a distinct taste, but you know, Luke, the more I drink it, the more I like it. If you're that fond of it, you're more than welcome to drink my cup as well. Sorry to hear that cinderflower isn't your cup of tea, Luke. Okay, and now we have one more, before I poison them again. With some pepper cherry. Great. Whoa, this tea's out of this world. I agree, Luke. I'm amazed that it's possible to make something like this with common ingredients. The world is full of mysteries like that, isn't it, Professor? Indeed, my boy. Well, consider me mystified. I think that was everything, right? Yes. Okay, let's just continue on the way that we came. Or to the museum, I mean. Puzzle! That's quite a fountain they have here. It sure is. Actually, it reminds me of a really great puzzle about a fountain. Shall I tell it to you? The fountain shown below has the unusual ability to indicate the age of those who approach it. For example, if a 5-year-old child were to approach, the fountain would fire off water spouts from A, B, C and D. Okay, and E in that order. A, B, C, D, E, yeah. For someone aged 30, the middle spout would fire off 3 times. Given the fountain's method of indicating age, there's one utterly useless spout on the fountain. But it has to be J then, right? Because you start off from A, and then J would have been the 10th, but it doesn't work.
And there we have it.
There we go. Good catch. Yeah, we like what I said. The way you tear through puzzles never fails to amaze me. Okay. You first have to have a little cuppa. So if you can become thirsty, please. Even if it's just from seeing us running around like this. Hey, this gameplay could have been done a little bit different. Like, I understand why young me was so perplexed by this. Oh my, so very thirsty. Are you alright, sir? To be honest, I've been better, sonny boy. The name's Gregorio, and I love chess like pigs love mud. I've been standing here all day pondering my next move, and, well, it's pretty brutal work. Would a cup of tea help that thirst of yours? That would be mighty kind of you, sonny boy. I'll see what I can make. Once you're refreshed, thinking up your next move should be much easier. A cloverquenza. Checkmate, Gregorio seems refreshed and ready to make his next move. Now that's a refreshing cup of tea. Oh, of course, queen to bishop 6. Check. See, a little tea can do work wonders. You've already found your next move. As my way of saying thanks, here's a little factoid for you, Sonny. In the Hudson Museum, you can find books with the chess strategies used by aristocrats of the past. The peculiar thing is that no new strategies have been developed in the last 50 years. It's almost like time has stopped. That's a clue. And this is a puzzle. The name's Gregorio, and I love chess like mice love cheese. We've already talked to you 2 times before. If you can solve this little chess puzzle I've set up, I'll tell you what I know about Folsense. That sounds fair. Show me what you've got. Layton is just like, come at me, bro. Sure. Make it twice as big, why don't you? Is there a little strategy to this? Probably, but I'm not seeing it. Well, we've done most of it now. Let's call it a day. I think we have just to go around and around and around to the lowest parts of it. Okay, and now I think we just keep low. Let's go low. Low, low. High. You. And then we go. Woo, we did it! Woo! And all on our own. No, that's. We're using a guide, but that's alright. Well done! Sharp thinking, sonny boy, real sharp. Now, what was I going to say? Oh yes, the Folsense. Way back when, Folsense Castle used to be quite a hot spot. Lavish balls would be held there. Now though, no one will go near the place. The castle supposedly got a vampire living in it, but I wouldn't give for things to go back to the way they were. And a new diary key. I do want to know more. Oh, this wretched life of mine. The girl I love and to whom I was betrothed has abandoned me and fled Folsense. Did all that awful talk of curses scare her off? Or did she truly leave me to be with someone else she loves? Either way, her betrayal cuts me to the core. I trusted her and now I'm lost. Where do I go from here? What's left for me? Oh, I remember now. I remember. The name's Gregory, I know, and I love just like cats love scratching up expensive furniture. We can converse if you want, but first you'll have to solve this chess puzzle of mine. You've introduced yourself 3 times now already. Okay. Jump, jump, jump over yonder. I think it's the same as the start as we did in the last thingamabobby. And then after this, I think we might have to keep low. Okay, let's just go. Like this puzzle, I am never going to solve on my own without failing again and 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 again. Just want the picarets, my dude. Now we work our way back. No, we don't. Okay. Now down there, down here. I would say to the right. Probably, yeah. Now down. Yeah, and then we go up. There we go. And the rain is really coming down like cats and dogs.
And there we have it.
So much background noise today. The nature is angry. That's quite the thinking gap you've got there. I'm so impressed. I'm going to let you in on a secret no one else in town would spill in 100 years. A few years ago, an awful thing happened here in town. People in Folsense just started dropping like flies, like they'd all caught some mysterious illness. Did anyone discover the source of this strange malady? Well, that was supposed to be a long time ago, and he's talking as if it happened just a few years ago. I wish I could say yes, but it's still a mystery to us. What I do recall is that many fled the town once word of the illness got around. But that's as much as I care to speak on that topic. You've solved all my puzzles and I'm tired. I'm getting back to my game. If I... No, then knight would take queen, that won't do. Oh, we're finally inside. There we go. Hello. Welcome friends, I'm Grinko and I'm the curator of the Folsense Museum. We have an extensive collection of artifacts relating to the history of this town and the Folsense family. Sammy told me all about you too. I hope you found our resources helpful to your investigation. Please feel free to peruse the collection to your heart's content. Good. Okay, it's not going the way we planned, but... Professor, take a look at this case of knickknacks. These appear to be common household items owned by the Hudson family. Some of them look positively ancient. Quite. The Hudson family clearly has a long and rich family history. That's one impressive statue. It must be of Duke Hudson. This entire museum appears to be dedicated to celebrating his achievements, so I'd have to agree. But wait a second, I thought Mr. Beluga owned this place. Yes, I believe that's the case. Then he built this museum in honor of his father. Maybe he's not so bad after all. Wouldn't stretch that far, but... Ooh, where did you say it was? Here? Good. I am going to take the photo, don't you worry, game. Good. You've taken a photo. Yes, we have. This place is certainly full of stuff. Do you suppose this is a picture of the late Duke? I believe so, yes. The old Duke Hudson died a while ago and left behind a massive fortune. If he's gone, who's this vampire the whole town's talking about? Sam mentioned that Mr. Beluga had an older brother here. I'd say he's likely the man at the heart of all this talk. But if he's Mr. Beluga's older brother, he would have to be old and feeble by now. Oh, but then vampires don't age normally, do they? I couldn't possibly comment. Fair enough. I see you've taken quite an interest in that picture. Is this what I think it is? It's a photograph of the entire Hudson family, who were responsible for Folsense's legendary wealth. The distinguished older gentleman on the left is Duke Hudson. His younger son, Frederick, is in the middle, and his eldest son, Anton, is on the right. That Frederick? That's Mr. Beluga, the founder and owner of the Voluntary Express, is it not? Oh, you know him? Well, in addition to owning a railway, Frederick is a friend of mine and owner of this museum. It's a sad story, really. He cut all ties to his father and left town 50 or so years ago. When he left, he took a small portion of the Hudson wealth and used it to start his railway. Yes, Frederick is quite a study in contradictions. He disliked his father enough to change his name, but he returned to Folsense to found this museum. Did the feud extend to all the members of the Hudson family? No, Frederick and Anton were always quite close, but their relationship with their father was never the same after that fateful day. What day was that, sir? The day Duke Hudson discovered the vein of gold that brought so much wealth to Folsense. He was a different man after that. Something changed him. Greed, perhaps? Well, yes, there was that. But there was something more than greed infesting his heart. What do you think that was? No, I think it's best if we end this chat here. It's not my place to speculate about what goes on in the hearts of other people. Of course. Tell me this though, if you can. Where is Anton now? That's a good question. I've heard rumors that he might still be living in that old castle. But I can't imagine anyone would live in a place so run down that people call it a vampire den. Gracious, look at how long we've been chatting. I think it's time for me to get back to work. Please look around for as long as you like. It seems money can't solve all your problems, eh, Professor? Why has no one gone checking? Yeah, because of the vampire rumors, but... like, the poor man might still be in there by himself. Okay, let's see. Do we see anything that's different? There's just so much to see. Okay, there's something missing here.
And now to test my theory.
Or added, I should say.
And there we have it.
Good. Ooh, and there's a detail missing here.
Just leave it to me. That was almost too easy.
Oh, and there's a thing missing here.
This should do the trick.
Good.
true gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved.
But for real. We don't have that many pictures left either. Oh, I found a hidden puzzle. I think the hidden puzzle found you. The box shown below has a height, width and depth of 30 centimeters. You'd like to place as many books as possible in the box. Each book is 20 centimeters wide by 20 centimeters long by 10 centimeters thick. How many books can you pack into this box? Books can only be placed in a box when they are closed, but you can position each book however you like inside the box. Maybe... If you're being... I mean, as a bookworm, I could at least fit 6 books inside of that, you know? Like we can.
Wonderful.
Very nice. You can cram 6 books inside, like... That one was a tough one. But we did get it anyway. Am I correct in believing that you wish to understand the secrets of the Elysian box? Yes, that's right. Would you happen to know anything about it? I'm sure you already know that the Elysian box is a Hudson family heirloom. At Mr. Beluga's request, I've been researching the history of Folsense and the Hudson family. In doing so, I uncovered a secret in this town's history that reveals the truth behind the Elysian box. Intriguing. What is this secret you speak of? It's easy to ask that question when you don't know what you're getting into, Mr. Layton. But if you thirst for the truth and are ready to face it, you do well to visit the town mine. Many miners used to keep little diaries down there to document their time below ground. If you can find one of those, you'll have a first-hand account of what transpired back then. Thank you for the advice. We'll have a look for ourselves. Come look, let's head to the mine. So much to do here now. Okay. Ever since she left, Father and I have been at each other's throats day and night. The mysterious disease plaguing our town continues to drive people to flee their homes for a safer life elsewhere. If only she had stayed with me, I feel like I could have weathered the storm. I still ask myself why she left this town. If she truly loved me, then why did she leave? It's only one reason. Apparently, some miners in the town gold mine used to keep diaries. If I can find a first-hand account of the town's past, I may be able to understand the Elysian box more fully. But how can I find such a diary? I suppose Luke and I will have to visit the mine for ourselves. It's not like you have one in your hands that might be of help here. Okay, we need another tea-thirsty man. Here we are, and you need a cuppa. The Hudson Museum holds the most impressive collection of writings recovered from the family. The other day, while thumbing through an old account of castle provisions, I discovered something. Interesting. Please do continue. I have a weak spot for matters of this sort. I read an account about a very special tea. It was said to commemorate the extinguishing of a great fire and the spark of a new one. Sadly, it seems the ingredients for this wondrous tea have been lost to the sands of time. Oh, what I wouldn't give for a chance to savor that historic blend. I suppose that's impossible now. Not necessarily, my good man. Perhaps we can use modern ingredients to recreate this legendary tea. Your knowledge of tea is clearly expensive, Mr. Layton, but could it really be possible? I can't guarantee I'll get it right, but I'll see what I can come up with. The Layton Elixir. Oh, wonderful. You've made all Gringo's beverage dreams come true. Oh, now that's a legendary tea. The nuanced flavor almost moved me to tears. I aim to please, sir. Ah, you'll have to excuse me. I haven't become so emotional over a cup of tea in a long time. It's not much, but let me share this puzzle with you. It's really all I can do to say thanks. 8 cubes have been created based on the flat plan shown below. These have been combined to build a larger cube. One of the 8 small cubes that has the letters on each of its faces erased. The big cube has been constructed in such a way that all of the smaller cube's faces that aren't visible are pressed against the same lettered face of another cube. Knowing this, can you work out what letter belonged on the face the arrow is pointing to? Your answer will be one letter from A to F.
And now to
Like there
test
we
my theory.
go. My theory.
Huh, wonderful.
That's right, the correct letter is B. Phew, that was a tough puzzle, wasn't it? Well done. I think you just might have what it takes to get to the bottom of what's going on in this town. I don't think I've got much to offer you in the way of help, but I'll be rooting for you. Okay, what we're going to do is the original plan is, before we go to the mine, we're going to try and get all of the tea that we can get. Why? Because I don't think that we're going to come back, if I remember correctly, that once we go there. Or else we will have to restart at some point. Maybe we do have a way back, but let's just finish what we can in town. When we can. And memories, those were the days. Reminiscing, are we? Yeah, back in the day we had this cafe in town that brewed the most amazing tea. I mean, folks would flock to Folsense by the hundreds to taste this wonder tea, as it was called. It sounds like that cafe was the place to be. Too right it was. You know, you look like you know a thing or two about tea. I don't suppose you could brew me a cup of that wonder tea, would you? It's certainly a challenge I'm willing to take up. I'll see what I can do. Well, good luck to you. I kind of remember that the tea had something spicy going on. But that's all the help I can give you. Well, I have a guide and I just want to get this game, the mini games done, so it's not that big of a deal. Now that's wonder tea. Hope it gives your concoction a big thumbs up. Oh yes, this is it. Me and my mates would play cards late into the night while downing cup after cup of this. I wasn't sure you had it in you, but you really came through for me here. Cheers, mate. Glad to be of assistance, my good man. You're a brainy one, but you're not the first clever clocks to visit this town. We used to get loads of them. Just a little while back, an old man from London came through here. He said he was an archaeologist. We played cards and put the world to rights. He was in town researching something or other. I wonder if you ever found what he was looking for. I think you're talking about Dr. Schrader. Wanna try the #1 rated puzzle here in Folsense? I'd be delighted to, sir. Disappearing act number 2. Oh, okay. Yes. I say yes, but... I think the only ways are to get something from back there, but then you also need to move something so that you can move back at some point in time. I think I did something wrong. There we go.
And now
We have
to
it
test
again.
my theory. Huh, wonderful.
You got it. Pack Solitaire is a puzzle with a long history. It's thought to have first come into popularity around the 17th century. It's a long time ago. Hey, you're pretty good at this. I don't want to see that talent wasted, so listen. I heard talk that a vampire living up in Hudson Castle attacks anyone who gets close. That's the word from some people who just barely escaped the castle with their lives. Pretty wild stuff, ain't it? So that's why everyone in town starts shivering when we talk about the forest. Yep, but there's the thing. So just mentioning the place makes people jump out of their skin, right? But funnily enough, I don't know a single person who hasn't made it back from there in one piece. Sure, they're all scared and some have wet trousers, but they're no worse for the wear. That is odd. So what do you think is going on out there? Your guess is as good as mine. Everyone says they escape by the skin of their teeth, but I don't know about all that. That is interesting. Oh, we have to go the other way. We needed to talk to you. Back to see me work my magic in the kitchen again? I've been looking them out extra fast, so there are more now than ever before. Unfortunately, just like before, I can't even get even 2 of them to come out the same size. Well, that's okay. I say that's okay, but holy darn. Yeah, I know. We'll just start over again, that's fine. But I don't care. I am getting it over there. Probably not at the rate that they want me to do it or anything, but okay, probably could have used a lot less moves, but we did do it in the end, and that's all that matters. Okay, let me check how many moves we could have. Oh, 30! Oh, I almost did it twice as long, but we did do it. Now, the only question is what to put them on them. That's more of a question than just that. Wonderful, I've never seen someone who could handle pancakes with such a delicate touch. If anyone else had tried to stack them like that, they would be buried in a mountain of batter right now. I mean, the amount of times I had to touch them to get what I wanted. But we did do it. Okay, you want a cuppa? Oh, you want. Then we'll first do you. So the TMF is one that lets me predict folks' love lives. Yeah, we heard that. I know. Do first. So the future of your... There we go. That's what you needed. That hit the spot. A smile spread across Rory's face. He seems restored and cheerful. Oh yeah, these will do nicely. See how the tea leaves are positioned just so? They're trying to tell us something. Cool, so what can you see? It doesn't look good for the poor lad. What lad? Whose love life did you just speak into? The vampire who lives at the edge of town. I hear he's in love with some human girl. I decided to see how that relationship's gonna work out. Oh, that sounds like bad news, doesn't it? I mean, it's only a matter of time before he breaks down and drinks her blood. Too right. Oh yeah, just as I thought, this one's gonna end in tears. I don't know if you really need tea leaves to see that. Well, but he did see something. Okay, now also Sammy, we need to wait for him to want a cuppa. Or we first do the puzzle that he still has for us. Okay, let's first do the puzzle then. Hey dude, you're getting close to finding what you're looking for? Things are coming along nicely, thank you for asking. Oh, but Sam, as the conductor, is it alright for you to be away from the train like this? Pff, man, forget that train. Even if I care, today's supposed to be my day off. But here I am, first I get sent off after the Elysian Box, and then I'm accused of murder. It's total drag. Sammy Thunder's no murderer, man. After all that craziness, it's definitely time to chill out with a puzzle. Here, check this out. So let's say today's my day off. If yesterday wasn't also a day off, then I'm off again tomorrow. If on the other hand I was off yesterday, then tomorrow I'll have to work. Now let's say I work today. What a drag. If I didn't work 2 days before today, I'll have to head to work tomorrow. But if I did work 2 days ago, I'm off tomorrow. Yo! Assuming a standard 365-day year and ignoring weekdays and holidays, use what Sammy told you to work out the number of days he worked in a year. No one's got time for this. There you go. Well, that's a lot of free time, my dude.
A true gentleman leaves no puzzle unsolved.
Good. Score. Sammy's lengthy. Yeah, I'm good. Thank you, game. Nice answer, man. It was so sweet it makes me want to hit a high note. Dang! You know, the boss is a pretty lucky guy. I mean, the dude owns his own train. And here we are out in the middle of nowhere, searching for some old guy's loot. Don't get me wrong, some moolah would be sweet, but sometimes the boss can be real greedy. I don't think that's what he's after, but you're an idiot sandwich anyway. Okay, we need 2 people who actually want a cup of tea. Can one of you at least be thirsty? The woman is like, no, I'm just too distracted by Sammy's hair. Oh, you're both thirsty now. What to do, what to do? You seem troubled, madam. May I be of any assistance to you? Yes, I'm quite troubled, and what's worse, I have no one with whom I can discuss the matter. Well, how would you like a hot cup of tea? If nothing else, it should bring a bright bit of cheer to your day. Well, I'm tired of mulling over the issue, so I suppose I might as well take a break. I don't mean to sound picky, but please keep in mind that I have certain preferences. On a day like today, I do believe a nice strong tea with a pinch of dream fluff is in order. Here you go. Splendid drinkability. Thanks to your brew, Opal is ready to return to obsessing over her troubles. Yes, this tea is just the thing I needed to lift my sagging spirits. Could it trouble you to lend me your opinion, kind sir? There's been some trouble in my family, and to be quite frank, it's been a bit much for me. But of course, please continue. Just a few weeks ago, the contents of my father-in-law's will were presented by his lawyer. However, the way he demanded his property be divided is simply baffling. In what sense, madam? The specifics are written up like a strange riddle. Until we can decipher it, no one gets anything. I hope that Sammy's still thirsty after this. A wealthy land baron passed away, leaving his land to be divided amongst his sons. A section of his will is written below. I want my 4 boys to each receive a piece of property containing an orchard, a house, a pond, and an open field. Everyone should receive the same amount of land. Okay. And we have 4 by 4, so each one gets 4 pieces of land. Okay, then you get all of that. Oh no, no. That's because then we can't give you a pond. There we go. And then it's just like this. This is not a difficult puzzle. You could have done that yourself.
Wonderful.
Okay. Good job. Now that everyone has their own land, hopefully they can all get along. They live too close by to each other, I think, but... Now that everyone has the same amount of land, they can finally stop grumbling. Happy days. Are you still thirsty? Now we have to do that again. Why aren't you thirsty anymore? You were thirsty. Thank you. I'm not cut out for all this running around, man. Check out how gnarly my shoulders are. This is my strumming arm, man. How am I supposed to hold my axe when I'm all tense like this? I didn't know you could play the guitar, Sam. Oh yeah, born to rock, man. But hey, I hear there's the tea that fixes like everything. Messed up shoulders, paper cuts, split ends, whatever. You name it, the tea will fix it. That's certainly the first time I've heard of such a tea. Yeah man, I'm a little foggy on the specifics, but I hear all sorts of good stuff about that blend. One sip fills you with energy and mellows you out at the same time. Far out, huh? Now everything I'm saying is just a rumor I heard, but if that's the out there, I gotta get me some. Well, you've intrigued me, Sammy. Let's see if we can't discover the composition of this mystery blend. What? For real? You're gonna make me a cup of the magic juice? Oh man, this has gotta be sweet. You want some cinderflower tea too? Yo! Yeah, Sammy's back and ready to rock. Yow! That tea is so good. It made me hit a high note, man. Talk about an original flavor. To top it off, my shoulders feel loose and ready to tackle whatever guitar solo's coming my way. Rock fans of the future are going to remember you as the man who saved Sammy Thunder's career. Unfortunately. Okay. Glitz, Glamour, Games, those are the 3 G's you need to know here in Folsense. I've given you a taste of the glitz and glamour, so how's about giving this a game a whirl? I'm here for it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, we're just going to get a move on. We'll just see how this goes. Okay, and now we have this little figure. Yeah. Luckily we can just kind of do it. And I shouldn't have done that. Okay, here we are. Again. Here we are again. And now you push you down. And it's also extra bonus points in the actual game if you can end with the last ball in the middle. Just saying. Good. Good job, this game is often played on 2 different types of boards, English and French. The puzzle you just played used an English style board. Okay, now we're getting close to the forest. I was thinking you'd need at least a few more tries to beat it, but I guess you showed me. And a new puzzle, or a little hamster area. I can tell by looking at you that you want to chat to me about something. But before we do that, let's take care of a little business first. Do I want to know? No, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. You know the drill by now. Yeah, we do. Oi, oi, oi. Okay. Okay, now we just want to make sure that we end up somewhere in the middle. Okay, this one was easier than the last one that we did.
Wonderful.
Nice, the only condition for solving these puzzles was eliminating all but one ball from the board. But the true solution to these puzzles require... yeah, what I said. That is the cool thing about this. Good work, fellows. Here in Folsense there aren't many people or much to do, so folks tend to fixate on their hobbies. After all, hobbying syrup beats sitting around staring at the wall. Believe me, I know. I feel like it's important that we finish all of this now. Because this could have been a whole episode on its own, but that's just a bit boring. Because there isn't much happening story-wise. We're just looking for people who want tea, you know? Now that's one spectacular tea set you've got there. You could brew a mean sugar smoked tea with that. You ever had sugar smoked tea? Brewing, it's a doddle. All you need to do is take your basic citrus classic and make one little substitution. Is that so? We're open to giving it a shot. Let's see just how difficult this sugar smoked tea is to make. We already have that. There we go. Just a ticket. A smile spreads across Garland's face. He seems restored and cheerful. That's nice tea, and drinking it out of a nice porcelain cup like this makes it all the tastier. I've got to say, it's a miracle you could even taste the tea with this place smelling like it does. I do love garlic though. It's a wonder food. Oh, and don't get me started on how well it keeps. Here, take a look at this chap. I've been holding on to him for 10 years. One sniff is guaranteed to send vampires running for the hills. Did you say 10-year-old garlic? Ugh. Carry one of those around with you and vampires won't be the only ones trying to stay out of your way. They won't. Ew, it smells so garlicky in here, it's making me a bit woozy. I won't hear a word against garlic, Sonny. It's the only thing keeping us safe from the vampire. Okay, need to... Yeah, no. I know you're losing your... There's the puzzle. That was what we were looking for. Take a look. Some of these cans and bottles contain things other than garlic. Can you believe it? Everything here appears to be in order. Tell me, Luke, have you ever heard this one? It's just going to be the same thing again, yeah. Okay. We move you over here. Then we move you over here. There we go.
Here goes.
And now you're together.
Piece of cake.
Well done. This puzzle is based on one widely known in Japan since the Edo era. That's an excellent answer, Luke. Ooh, I think... Let's take a look if we can actually finish you... No, it does look like it. Okay, clear it for now. What we do is put you over there. Put you over here. Put you two over there. Put the house on the green one. Then the bath there. A little house on this side. Flower. Apple. I think this hamster is going to be so overstimulated at this point. This is just so much going on for the poor thing. Okay.
Got any snacks around here? Don't hold out on me.
I don't see how this is going to end up in 64, but... Okay, can't see it now. At least he has reached 40. We made it to 64.
Look at me. I'm fit
Boy, does he look
and
proud.
sassy. Woohoo.
Oh, you fit and sassy. You're so cute. Cutie patootie. This is so cute that they added that. Okay. Now we need at least one more person to become thirsty. To become a thirsty boy. You are. Thank you for already being thirsty. You two, there's an emergency. We're all in big trouble now. Oh no, what's going on? It's my tea. It's not sweet at all. How's a man supposed to fight vampires without sweet tea? How? I was going to go home and brew up some more, but I can't leave my post. We're trapped here like rats. Oh, is that all? What do you mean, is that all? What will we do if the vampire busts in? How will I quench my thirst mid-vanquish? Huh? Exactly what kind of tea would allow you to continue your fight? It's a secret monster fighting recipe handed down from my great-great-grandfather. It's got joyroot clover and a little something else for a first obliterating smoky taste. I see. I believe we might be able to make you something that would approximate the tea. Oh, aren't you well prepared? Alright then, if you can brew it, bring it on. Like, it would be easy to forget about this man, you know? He's just sitting up here like no one thinks of him. Now that's good tea. Geoff seems restored and cheerful, and ready to kick some vampire romp. Oh yes, now that it's the spot. I've got to hand it to you, you really came through for me here. You've done a great thing for the people of this town. They'll be safe now thanks to my protection. I'm sure you're trying your best, but I think you can afford to relax just a little bit. Relax? Listen to me, boy. You can't underestimate vampires. They're cunning creatures. Just when you think you've spotted one, kazam! He vanishes on you. The bottom line is, don't tempt fate when it comes to vampires, so stay away from Hudson Castle. Well, we are going to Hudson Castle in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you then. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.